So I noticed a couple people doing some live shows, and there was a certain type of energy, and I've been it's a very interesting energy, and I think it has to do with this upcoming eclipse tomorrow. It's going to be viewable in Australia, but if you know where you live, you know why that is. What's up, Kia? And the energy of these two people's shows today are they're very amped up, and it's two people I haven't seen in a long time. I haven't really watched their stuff, and they were just both doing live shows right now, and I started watching them. I was like, their energy was just really like very anti, very negative, right? You know, when you say negative and anti, I'm not using it in a dual way. I'm using it in a triangulation way, because I don't play with duality. I don't I have fun with it, because but I'm noticing it. It's very interesting. And I was having a conversation with somebody earlier today, and they were very much in a dual mode, like a fight mode, and they were dealing with somebody on the phone that was in fight mode over work, and it was like a real crazy person that's like all of this strange energy. And I'm just like, for me, last month, because of all of the crab cancer energy, I was just wilding out. And then I was like, the other day I was just like, I need some days off. So I just kind of inverted myself, and I'm just like looking out at everybody, just going, man, look at all these people affected by the energies of the star systems. And interestingly enough, somebody that I'm really vibing with today, I noticed his earlier post, Core Birth. He changed his name. I don't know if he changed his YouTube channel too, but he was talking about how you're above the stars. You're beyond the stars and beyond the control of astrology, which we all are. Yeah, but it's hard to get to that point. Well, look at that. Quartz, that's right. I didn't watch your whole thing. Was it on here, Quartz? I love the change of names. And you were saying how we're beyond astrology. We're beyond the energies of these planets and things. And we certainly, everybody has the capacity to do that and be that. But only some really, we do it more than others, and even sometimes we're affected by those energies. People walking around us, they're embodying, it's a type of geomancy into the human body, into the human form, because they identify, as you were just talking about in your other little talk on Instagram, how people, they identify with their bodies, but you're not your body. So if you identify with your body, then you're identifying with astrology that has caused geomancy to occur on your body to form you a certain way. But if you realize truly, we're living in a metaphysical realm of imagination, and just we're creating. If you're a creator, then all of these things are completely irrelevant to anything going on. If you are just in there in your own place, in your own holy place, the temple proper, in the holy place, the Most High, all of those things are irrelevant. They're relevant because it's our experience in this realm that we can enjoy and participate with, but we're not underneath any kind of energetic, I don't want to say influence, because there's always energetic influences everywhere, but we just interact with those things. But it's always a mental construct to begin with. And so I found so many interesting things going on today with people. And holy guacamole, Leo. Yeah, I was tripping out on those two shows, and I just kind of flipped into this little interesting thing that's been going on today. Yeah, holy guacamole, man. I just made some guacamole yesterday. It was fabulous. And today I've eaten mangoes and nectarines all day, and some blackberries and strawberries and blueberries. And yeah, that's been my day. So I was just like, I was firing up all my chakras. I didn't even recognize it until I ate the strawberry, because I was like, I woke up and I had the orange and the mango, then I had the nectarines, kind of more in that yellow, and then I had the blues, and then I went the blues and the purples, and then I did the reds, and then the yogurt, so I could kind of digest some things that I ate earlier, a little bit of egg and bread, and so that all plays into the whole thing that, as Leo, you were on the last two shows that with Fecho and then Lars. and they're very amped up today. It's very interesting to see their energy, because I haven't seen either of them in a very long time. I haven't really paid attention to, I see Lars stuff once in a while, and Dennis Fetchel. I've learned a lot from him a long time ago. Then I just revisited him a couple days ago, and I was like, look at that! Now he's doing a live show. How cool! But they're all amped up off this the media and the the full moon energy. What is it? It's a super moon with. It's a super moon with an eclipse, right? Or is it a no moon with eclipse? There's something interesting because it's on Friday the 13th too, right? But it's only visible in Australia, down under, right? So we'll have Shaman Clown see if he can't video some of that. So yeah, the next 3 eclipses. There's 3 eclipses over the next 2 months. Yeah, or in the middle of the ocean. But then again, does Australia even exist? Have you ever been there? I mean, that's always the most entertaining thing about, having traveled a little bit and knowing of places, and having traveled out of body, knowing of places. It's kind of similar. You kind of take people's word for other places on this plane to exist. But if somebody says, I've been to a place in my mind that you don't know about, I've been to a place, and this is what it looked like, and this is how it is, people won't believe you, but they'll happily believe you if you say something happened like such and such in this realm. Oh, it's right over there. Yeah, Kia, yeah, fasting. Start fasting now. It's not till tomorrow. I'm pretty much gonna be on a. I've been eating so much shit, so much garbage, just being a recluse fool. But a fool in his folly will become wise. And I knew I had to take a break anyway, so I'm kind of like on a juice, well, kind of just a fruit diet for a little bit, and I'll probably do a little fasting with some urine, a lot of walking, a lot of sunshine. It's a new moon with the which isn't it interesting that it's a solar eclipse, but it's a new moon, so the moon isn't actually there, but it's still covering up the sun. What are those accretion disks? What are they really? That's the billion, trillion, zillion dollar question. What are they? Are they out there? Are they just in our head? Why do they fit so perfectly together? Yeah, I think it has to do with if the plane is like this, they're going like this a little bit. As they go around, so as they're going around, right? I think they're also dipping up and down a little bit, so that gives a possibility as the one's chasing the other, that one can go in the front. So they're kind of doing a little bit of dip in and out and a little up and down, I think that's what's going on. But what are they and how are they held there? Is it kind of that? Is it? How they can levitate objects? Is it an acoustic levitation, or is it a really, really light disc? Is it because the air up there is it helium? Is there something helium? What's up, Caryi? Yeah, let's spend a little bit. Yeah, Kia, just if you ever get real fancy with it, just do the rainbow bridge. The rainbow bridge, you can do it in a day. Just go through and just go through your chakras. What colors are they? And then eat those colored fruits throughout the day, and you'll literally be lighting up and exchanging information with those chakras. You could do that over a week, 20 day, or the real rainbow bridge is 49 days. That's really that would be after you do a fast, a water fast, cleanse your body, then do a 49-day, and you'd be fucking blasted off to another dimension. I've never done it. I've done shortened versions. Like today, I kind of did. I got all the colors in me. Oh, and I got green right now. Look at that. I've been thinking about it. I did orange, yellow, red, blue, and indigo, and now green. So there we go. Kangaroo Island, yeah. An albatross, that's great. 2-meter wingspan. That's huge. Yeah, as you get healthier, the menstruation will come a lot shorter. It will become a lot shorter. And in the new moon, well, it depends on kind of, healthier. I think it seems to be healthier women will get it on the new moon, where I think unhealthy women will probably get it for a longer period of time on the full moon. There's some studies done on when most women get it, and you've probably seen the video. Yeah, it's called Salty Moods. If you haven't, check that out. It's about the women's menstruation cycle, out how women probably shouldn't be having periods at all. Just a guess I have at it. And I've heard of women that don't have it. I think there's some deeper things going on there about wasting eggs and about the body being toxic. But women, depending on how toxic and salty they are, they're going to be removing salt and metals at different times based on the pull of the moon and how much sun they're getting. I wouldn't doubt that a melanated woman that was healthy versus an unhealthy melanated woman versus a white woman, their period lengths are going to be completely different. It's all going to be dietary related. And yeah. Yeah, Kari, I'm gonna get on the urine again. I was just on the other golden. I was on the golden nectar of beer, so I had a lot of fun. But I'm definitely getting back on the peepees. What's up, Torrent Garden? What's going on with all these energies? I know, lots of them. I'm having fun with it. Silver, that's awesome. Is he? Did you get to talk to him one-on-one for a little bit, or are you guys just smiling out doing wacky shit? And is he? He seems like he's probably normal off a camera somewhat. Like he seems like an intelligent dude that's just goofy as fuck. Did you get to hang out with him a little bit? Yeah, you've removed 95% of the inorganic salts. Yeah, that's a good way to go, Cargi. The salts are really getting in the way of a lot of things. What does urine represent element-wise? I think it deals with an unknown element. I think it's dealing with I think it's more dealing with solar energy, like it's gold, and the idea is it should be gold. So I think you're kind of dealing with Ormus, or like, look at that. You guys want to say hi to Ami? She just pulled up in a fresh new whip. But yeah, I think it's fire or an element that we're not familiar with, because if we really think about it, where is it coming from? It's passing through our Dantian, and it's kind of gold, and I think it's energy. So what is giving you energy? It's the sun, the fire. So in most respects, I think it has to do with the fire, more than water even. It's water, but water is a conduit. It's not really, or it's Ormus and gold. Yeah, Car, you think it's fire too? Yeah, that's what I feel like it is. The golden rain. Yeah, you want to see it? She just put her top up though. Hold on. Yeah. That shit is super sick with the top down. It's super sick. It's funny because here we'll talk about arcs for a second, because for many, yeah, it's super nice. Yeah. 0650, because she didn't have a car for years, because living in certain cities, you don't really need a car, and getting around is easier, especially if you especially if you go out and bullshit, right? And it's easier to get around in New Orleans. But so for I don't think she's had a car for like 5 years, but we used to talk about the reason she didn't have a car is because your car is your arc. So I'll meet people, and if I can look at your automobile, I can tell you what's wrong with you. I mean, I could look at my automobile. I don't have one. I just like my feet. But you know what I mean? So she used to have cars, and something would go wrong with, say, the coolant. She was hot-headed, so she would have coolant problems. And she would have a problem with the wheel. She'd have an ankle injury. This is very, very, this is how it works. That you're putting that bioacoustic resonance. You could be playing a certain kind of music. I used to have a car, and I let a friend drive it for a while. But he'd play different music, and he was driving the car differently. So there was a different issue with the car after he got out of it. It wasn't that he was driving like an asshole or anything, but he was playing different music. So now all of a sudden, the the acoustic resonance was building up in the car to make the, like, these are just tiny little micro things, but they're adjusting things in the car. And so now think about putting your body, and if you have a big auric field, you're literally standing inside of it. You're an arc inside of an arc, adjusting frequencies. And so finally we got to the point where we, you know, obviously lots of interesting talks and stuff, and went to look at like so many fucking cars. And then she was, at first she didn't really want to look at the 6 Series because she's like, it's too big, because she wanted a convertible. But, and I was like, just go look at it, I think it's your car. And then she got in it and she stepped on the gas. She's like, yes, this is the car. And it's fucking awesome. She just got it back from getting, she bought it used, so, but there was a couple things that, you know, fix on it from whoever had it before. So now she has a brand new polished up Arc and a bunch of things. And right around as we were talking about this Eclipse, a bunch of weird things happened for her today with people she knew and working and shit. And so it's like, and this was the beginning of this conversation that I was saying about, like, Feccio and Dennis Feccio and Lars was doing a show, and they just had some weird energy about them, and it's very interesting where we're getting the energies from. Does it run on Zenzian? No, it runs on my mouth. Leo, it runs on my mouth. Me just talking just keeps it moving, you know? Yeah. Kia, what affects the She Legit? Legit speeds things up. As far as I know, it's an organic element, and as far I've used it, and it's basically like superpower cocaine. But I can't guarantee, I can't factually verify that that's what we should be eating. But I've noticed benefits from it. This was a while ago when I was really into like Savan's things, and he had all different elements that I was using that he sold, monoatomics and all of these different kinds of things, and including She Legit, and I was getting out of body all the time, but I didn't want to have to rely on it, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I can't say, because I was doing so many different things at the time that I can't say, well, it was this one thing that did it. But the whole system of things I was using was definitely helping me. Like, I was super bright. Like, the first time I used it, I was like kind of hungover, and me and my buddy, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go climbing. So we went to a wall to go climbing. And we took some, and I was like, dude, as soon as I got there, I was like, I feel like I'm fucking on cocaine right now. I just like ran up the wall. It was stupid. So for me, it's not my cup of tea, because it's like I'm already energetically charged. But maybe I took too much. I say, if you haven't done it, go give it a try. Check out some things on the Instagrams. There's some decent, it looks like some decent companies. Go to Savan's website. See what he's selling now, because I've used the Pure Black and I've used Savan's, but this is a couple years ago, and then I've used one other brand that I can't remember off the top, and they were all, you know, it's really hard to say because I wasn't really trying to, you know, it's like 6 months apart that I'd use these different things, so it was hard for me to go, let me just take some this today and some tomorrow and the next day. But yeah, ashwagandha, what it do? I think ashwagandha is it's like tribulus and ashwagandha, I believe, are both good balancing the mental. I don't remember off the top of my head, man. I've been out of the what's up, Peter Orpeza? Yeah, Marty Leeds be out here. Yeah. Well, his channel got down or whatever the other day. He got a copyright, like he got like a copyright strike, and they shut his channel down. And they said it was hate speech or something. It was fucked up. But what you gonna do? I'm gonna go back and I'll get to everybody. To get some new hubcaps and a new mirror and brakes soon. What's your rear view mirror and brakes? So you can't stop yourself, and you know you can't see what's creeping up behind you. Interesting. You can see, you can fix that externally, right? You can fix what's out here. Like if you have a problem in your house and you fix that house, it's gonna, like if you got a messy house and you clean it, you're gonna feel comfortable. You never let your house get messy. So you can do it spiritually, mentally. You know, you can adjust it either way. So I think that would help. But once you do that physically, meaning outside of your body, when you put it in a car, then you need to maintain that awareness that you fixed that for a reason, because you want to fix something inside of yourself. As long as you maintain that awareness, or else, you know what's going to happen? You're going to find out your mirror is going to break again, and you're going to lose some damn hubcaps. And I think you will, for sure. Yeah. What's up, Mary Curry? How Residence Creative, awesome. Ashwagandha Torn. Google that. Can you let me know what it does? Because I haven't used herbs in quite a while. All of my herbs are at the beach, and years ago I did a really deep, intense study on different kinds of herbs. I just don't remember what that is. But I think it's like tribulus, which is an Indian. I believe it's the tri-union of 3 different herbs. It is for like the mental, spiritual, physical balances. But yeah, if you look that up, that'd be awesome. If you could let me know. Anybody else can look that up too, because it's a really good herb. I know that because it's something that I've used a lot of. Maca root is another one. Maca, M-A-C-A. That's maca, ashwagandha, and tribulus. I know those 3 very well. I've used them, so I know their effects, and they're very good. And just a good place to get it if you're looking for some is go get your stuff from Mountain Rose Herbs. They have the best shit, man. It's really awesome stuff. And actually, I think it's near you, Torin, where you live. It's in I think it's in Oregon. Oregon. You're like a state away from Oregon, huh? It's like they got Oregon TIF license and all of it's all organic. It's extra good stuff. I like to drive very fast, car ye. Well, I think it's 2 things there. Are you trying to get somewhere, or are you trying to get away from somewhere? You know, I think that's something that people do, that, you know, I gotta get here, or you're trying to get away from something. Or there's other people that just enjoy the adrenaline rush. Are you anxious? Do you find yourself anxious, like I need to get something done? Do you put yourself in a time, are you pressure prompted? Whenever you did homework, did you wait till the last minute to do it? If you have to go somewhere, are you always running late? Those are simple things. Or you could just be like, some of us just like to jump out of airplanes. I mean, I'm not that kind of person, because I like my adrenaline where it is. Yeah, of course, Kia. You're in Boulder now. You don't live there though. You live over in OKC, right? But you're in Boulder. And so how was it? Did you hear me earlier? How was it meeting the crazy cat? Did you get to hang out with him? Matthew Silver? So it's just fun. Oh, it's an adaptogen. Thank you, Kia. That is the correct word. It is an adaptogen. It helps balance out everything else that you put in your body. So whatever it's going to adapt to things, and it'll help you balance things out. So yeah, thank you for the word. What's up, buddy? Yeah, it's very balancing. Yeah, man, Leo. When I never climbed the wall before. I mean, this is years ago. This is, I don't know, maybe like a dozen years ago, and maybe it wasn't that long. Man, time is just sprinkle it through the fingers, man. It's like grains of sand. I don't even know what year it is. What are we in? Are we in like 30, 50 at this point? I don't know. What dream am I in? But yeah, try She Legit out, man. I would say before you go hard, like try get in on a small rock and see what it does. I don't know, because I never climbed before, so I don't know if like my grip was too intense. I don't know like how it really affected me. So if you've never done it, man, I would definitely dose a little bit first. And you should if you're gonna get some, they serve it, they sell it in different varieties. Get the variety that is in the you don't want the powdered variety. You want the stuff with I believe it has fulvic and humic acid in it, and it's going to be like basically like a paste, like a black paste. And it has, I've given it to other people and they fucking hate it. They hate the taste. It's strong. It's you've put something into your mouth. It's a very, very strong medicine. Oh, you performed? That's awesome. What did you do, man? Were you just drawn to what he was doing, or were you just like wilding out? Because I didn't see all of your videos. You posted like 2 of them, right? I seen a little piece. I was, but I'll check them out. Are you performing with them on your camera? What's up? What's up, Mama is Wise? Hey, and don't worry, you could talk shit about the soccer game. I didn't even really care. I told you I didn't even got a horse in that shit no more. I just like to talk shit to the losers of England. Maybe you get third out of it though. Mama, you do look like you played soccer. Did you play the sporting events growing up? Are you looping? Have you been just looping, or are you eating as well? It does change time for sure. It'll speed up time very fast. But if you're not eating and you're not sleeping, you play basketball. Oh shit! You're a point guard. You're point guard or shooting guard? You got a nice handle? Yeah, there you go. Eating once a day at night. Yeah, you got to eat at night. If you're gonna be looping all day and you want to sleep, if you try don't eat, go on a fast with that, you will not be sleeping. You'll get like 2 or 3 hours and be like, and I'm wide awake. So if you got shit to accomplish and you got things to do, you want to be creative, give it a shot. But yeah, you're running on an Ethiopian calendar. I ain't looked at, you know what, I told everybody, you gotta make your own calendars. I stay at zero. I stay at zero field. I made a calendar here and there, just for fun. But the Ethiopian calendar, what's that like? That's even beyond, that's like what, 58, 30, 38, 58, 38 now? Are you 5'3", playing guard? Did you just play at the park, or did you play like in a league? Like, did you play at school? Yeah, Karyi, if you fast for a week, make sure you do it. Make sure you do it for at least, do it for 4 days. Do not do it for 3 days, do it for 4 or more. One, maybe 2, no, one is where you should sit. Do 1 day, or don't do 2 or 3, because you're gonna really, it's just not a good idea. You gotta go 4 days or more. So that way you can get into the proper, so you'll be eating the glucose through, rather than eating the glucose off of your proteins, it'll start taking glucose from your least important sources, because you're gonna run through glucose pretty quickly. It'll take about 72 hours to run through the glucose, and it uses some proteins in there. By proteins, what I mean is it'll eat away some of your muscles. This is why most of the time when you see girls that have eating problems, they'll be, it's a pleasure to see you. Till next time. Thanks for that dab. Is what they'll do is they won't eat for 2 days, and that's the problem. They'll get to 2 or 3 days, and then they'll eat something, and that's where you're actually losing maybe about 72 grams. I believe it's about 72 grams of protein off of your muscles. So if you did that all the time, you'll be losing like pounds over the course of, you know, if you did that 4 times a month, you're gonna get really sick and you're gonna start eating away your muscles. But if you just combine, if they just combined that and did 10 days at a time, they would be extremely healthy. But the 2 days is a bad idea. 2 and 3 days. I like to make that apparent every time we talk about these things. Oh, at the park, yeah. Are you nice? You nice with it? You nice? Yeah, autophagy, yes. Your body eating its musculatures. You want to be in breaking down the, well, you got you know, the different stages of that, and a lot of people get them, you know, it depends on the source you rely on, the studies you've relied on, but you only know truthfully if you've done it yourself what will happen. And so you don't lose muscle mass like that. You lose like maybe a pound over a 40-day fast of muscle mass, only a pound. But if you did 40 days over the course of, say, you did 2 and 3 days here and there over the course of a couple months, you'd lose a few pounds of muscle, and it would be very unhealthy. Yeah, so yeah, you lose fat. It goes like this. If you don't eat for 1 day, it goes up 2 days, 3 days. At 3rd day is when your body is eating the most protein turning into glucose so that you can process that and use that for energy. And then your body says, oh, he's not eating, she's not eating. And it just immediately shuts off all of your systems, and it says, feed off of cancer, feed off of fat, feed off of all the shit. And then we'll start eating that and turning that into, breaking that down and turning that into the glucose and the fuel. And you'll only use a few grams of muscle protein a day. A few grams, like next to nothing. And I don't know how that really works with urine. I only know that works with distilled waters. And I do know people you can put weight on using urine. You can put weight on in a water fast. If there's people that have been too light that have done water fast and put weight on, but they were also breathing properly, and they're also getting sunshine. They were eating the sun, getting nourishment from the sun, and breathing prana in, and they were, you know, so you'd have to know what you're doing to put weight on towards the end. Oh, you were on that snake diet? I seen that dude. He's crazy. I dig him. You play with your kids now, so you play nice? Yeah, I bet you be blocking their shots, don't you? That snake dude is the snake diet dude. Is that where you learned it? From that guy that pushes the snake diet? He's a maniac, but he used to be fat, and it's worked for him. And he's like his the way he goes about it with like fasting and things. I dig it for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's wrong about a few things because I've listened to him, but the fact that it's working, he's getting people that are fat to lose weight and have more respect for themselves and really pay attention to their diet. I dig that. Yeah, if you're doing working out, this is why it's important to get your heart rate up. And you don't even need to work out. You could burn fat by breathing properly. You get your heart rate up just doing Wim Hof breathing methods. You could get your heart rate up by going in a cold shower. These are going to change metabolisms. It's going to change your metabolism, which your metabolism is regulated by your breathing and by literally the bacteria in your gut. So this goes into why breatharian is a possibility. Not for everybody, but it can be done. As long as you understand where your source of energy is coming from and how to burn fats and what's going on in the body. So yeah, and this is why a lot of people don't lose weight. They try to lose weight, or guys try to put muscle on and they can't because they don't get to the proper point of King Tut, time under tension. They won't get to the point where they're actually causing micro tears in the muscles so the muscles can rebuild, because they'll stop at the same point every time. You're not going to get bigger. And people that like work out until they start sweating, but they don't get their heart rate up enough. They're not going to burn any fat. So there's a few tricks and keys that people, if they really want to do it, they'll do it. It's like getting healthy. Most people, they need to have like some sort of injury or something, or some like you're gonna fucking die if you don't stop. You know, you got kids, you're gonna die if you don't stop smoking. They'll stop smoking, or if you don't stop eating these fucking pepperoni pizzas and blah blah blah. That's usually, it'll take some major like catastrophe. For me, to learn about food, I was just interested. I didn't like shitty food, and then it got me into well, what is food actually? That was many years ago. Started to learn how to cook, and then my interest in food got me into like, what should we be eating? Yeah, Karyi, that's for sure. You'll get stronger. When I was living in Indiana for a bit, and I did a urine fast for, well, it was like urine and fruit for about a week, and I literally went from like not being able to touch the rim to almost being able to dunk again. So that was like in a week. I mean, I was also, but during the time I was also in the gym, playing basketball, doing a little bit of workouts, doing some yoga. Everything's yoga, you know that, but the Americanized version, we'll call it stretching, breathing and shit. But yeah, I was getting stronger quicker, and I was able to like went from not even being able to touch my toes to putting my hands on the floor in a week, just by doing You know, because all the stuff in the urine, you have like so much urea and things are going to loosen up tendons. Like there's a lot of things that will go on there. You better go clear the sky up, Leo. It's lovely here. Yeah. Food digests fast. Yeah, Kari, depending on where you are, like digestion of food, that's the most important thing. Is how fast it's how fast you can move something through your system. It doesn't matter what you eat. It's because you're really not getting a lot of energy from the food in your stomach. You're getting most of the energy when you chew on it, and you're getting the electrical charge through your piezoelectric teeth, and then the juice is doing things in you. But as far as it's called transit time. You want things to transit out of you quicker. So depending on what you're eating, if you're eating a healthy diet, you don't need a lot of bacteria in you. You can have less bacteria in you. But if you're eating a heavy diet into things that are hard to digest, then you have to have more bacteria in you to digest quicker. But it's quicker, more faster in, faster out. How quickly can you how quickly can you split the things apart of what's good and what's bad? It's a mental digestion and a physical one. What's up, Michael Nolan? Yeah, that's excellent. That's excellent, Michael Nolan. Yeah, that's the talk that I was having. Well, that's the talk I was listening to by Alan Watts the other day, talking about Toodles. It was talking about Krishnamurti and how to get out of your own way with your thoughts. It's how most of the time I'm talking, because I'm not really worried about what's going to come out of my mouth next. It just will happen. Here we go. That's just, give me a word, let's go. It's when I allow myself to think, that's going to get in the way of, now how can I process this word to get to the next, what is it I'm trying to say here? Stick to yeah, learning to act instead of thinking. Yeah, acting is based upon your feelings, man. That's awesome. Yeah, that's it, Michael Nolan. That's exactly what I was talking to somebody about earlier. Yeah, logical and overthinking. Yeah, man. Kari, depends on what it is. For the most part, yes, but no, not necessarily. I'll give you the quick talk on it. I'll try to make this as streamlined as possible. The fruit is cooked, basically. It's I'll be finished up in here 1 second. Y'all say hi to Ami. She said hi. She's shy right now. She doesn't know me. I'm chilling. So anyways, here you go. So raw food, cooked food. The process of food being underground to get up into the as we put the seed into the ground and it implodes and sprouts out this thing. As it's growing, it's literally cooking. That food that's in the air, that's the beaming down, the sun is cooking it. It's heating it up. To what temperature depends on where it is. And there's also a bunch of enzymes going on in there, and things are happening. And as it drops to the ground, and then we turn it into, say, alcohol or beer, if we turn it into sauerkraut, it's literally heating itself up to a very high temperature, but on such a micro level that all of the enzymes are doing work to cook the food. So anybody that thinks they're a raw foodist, that eats sauerkraut or drinks anything that's been like beer, wine, liquor, that's gone through a process of being cooked. You can't really live without cooked foods. There's got to be some cooked foods, especially depending on where you live. It should be climate-related diets. If you live in a hot climate, I mean, you're already, you got everything you need in the hot climate. You should be eating fruits. If you're in a cold climate, you're not gonna have any fruits cooking there. You're not gonna have any fruits there. You're gonna have to go down underground, dig up some roots, start a fire, pull the sun out of the sky, turn it into a fire, then cook the roots so that those carbohydrates and starches in the roots are gonna get broken down and turn it into the life energy, the lifeblood of the tree, because the roots are the same as the fruits. What's the difference between the root and the fruit? It's just the process of heating it up and turning it into what it is. That then goes to the next level. It drops out of the tree and it starts to ferment, rot, and then animals will come up and have that. They'll drink up the fermented fruits. So that process there is happening, roots of fruit. But now if we take those roots, what we can do is we can put them in a pan, a frying pan, or we can put those in a stew, and we put the heat underneath it rather than up there in the sky, and we can still extract essence, the essence of that tree, which is, the tree is the orange, as well it is the bark, as well it is the roots. I mean, think about what a tree is. You cut the tree down, you can light it on fire. So what's the tree made of? Seems like it's made of fire. So if the tree is made of fire, then the fruit is already made of fire. It's been cooked. Ain't no real raw foodists out here. And if you were a real raw foodist and just eating everything raw in a cold climate, you'll kill yourself real quick, because your blood viscosity will be too thin. If you live in a cold climate, you want thick blood. Keeps you warm. If you're in a hot climate, you want thin blood, because you need to be circulating and sweating. It's all the Ra diet, not R-A-W, but R-A, Ra, the sun god. So your diet is completely related to where you live on the planet, at what time and what seasons. I mean, this gets into Wicca and, you know, the people of the earth and the originals, the aboriginals, the people of the tribal situations before the inventions of time and clocks and railroads. No one was eating the food that came to them off of a plane or through the railroad systems. They were relying on systems of rhythms and patterns, rather than someone telling them that it is 5 o'clock today, and there's no time. It doesn't work that way. There's rhythms and patterns and cycles that exist, and we eat by that. So I'm gonna get off of here and go hang out with the me for a little bit. Yeah, I hear you about passing food quickly. I can too, man. I get out of it what I need. If I put something nasty in my body, I immediately go, I know I might be drunk, I might be doing something. Somebody wants to eat this. It's gonna go in. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna extract any little information out of it that I can, and then push it right out of me. I don't want that sitting around in my stomach, in my bowels. We need that out. Toodles. What's up, Drew Meister? Yeah. She knows this. She knows. How you went to float tank, Michael Nolan's wicked. I gotta get in one soon. Any advice on the float tanks? I don't know. I haven't been in one, so I don't know. Just focus on what it was like before you were born. Were you dead then? No. You were in a spiritual realm. You were just dealing with thoughts, manifesting things. I mean, you don't need to be in a salty bathtub, but that's high level stuff. Like, if you can handle it, it's a joyous journey. It's like getting out of body. It's very similar, from what I've heard from people. So I can only speak from the one angle. I can't speak from being in one. So, yeah. What's up, Gary Baxter? Yeah, well, go to Michael Nolan. Go to before you were a child. What were you before you were born? Most people are like, I don't know. What are you after you are done with this life? You ain't dead. You're something different. You're spirit and thought forms that have the capacity to manifest somewhere else, and it'll help crack open your pineal eventually. Well, thank you, Gary Bax. So check it out, y'all. Yeah, the root veg, cook them or cook them or put them in hot fire water and extract, and those root vegetables will be something awesome. Yeah, cool. Parsnips, sweet potatoes. I made some sweet potatoes. What up, morning? Hey, Shaman Clown, see if you can't get some of that Eclipse. See if you can't get some of that Eclipse on film. Yeah, I just had some sweet potatoes yesterday, man. All right, y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna get out of here and do a little hanging with Ami, but I'll try to come back on here later Have a beautiful day. Do cool things. Inspire the world if you can't do that. Stop wiping your ass. Get a bidet. It's much healthier. Do that. If you can't afford a bidet, I don't know. I don't want to tell you. Get the bleached toilet paper. Yeah, that's a very big important thing. You don't want to be fucking with your butthole. You don't want to be putting the bleached things on your butthole. It's gonna cause a lot of problems down there. You don't want that. Use a hose or just go outside and spray your ass down. But stay awesome, y'all. And we'll talk soon. Bang bang.